Welcome back to my vlog. I'm Robin, or A Hobbit's Reading List, and this week we are going to really try to finish more than one book, as well as picking out the books that I will be bringing with me next week to New York City. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Holy crap. There's a major flaw to being a YouTuber, a booktuber specifically, and having things on your phone. Because if you record, say, vlogs on your phone, a majority of the time, I use my actual camera for more like sit-down videos. Because I'm using my vlog and I'm listening to an audiobook while I drive, so I can't record, and I'm reading a book on my Kindle app, which is on my phone, so I can't record, you don't get to see live reactions. And something happened in Babel on my way here, and I was just like, oh, because I did not expect that to happen. And I can't say what it is, because at this point, I'm over halfway through the book. Everything is a spoiler, but holy crap. Holy crap. And this is why I need to create a Patreon. I need to create a Discord so that I can talk to people about the books that I'm reading, and they have also read the books, and we can actually talk instead of me like dancing around major plot points that. So there's that. Okay, yeah, Babel was super shocking. I cannot wait until I get to drive home tonight and listen to another hour, because I want to know what happens now. I can't really talk about it. There's nothing that I listened to in the past hour that isn't a spoiler. So just know that I'm loving it. Other than that, yesterday was Monday. Yes. Yesterday I read 4 more chapters of Mike at Riken by PG Wodehouse. At least 3, because I do this thing where I just have a to-do list and I ask Siri to pick a number, whatever number corresponds to the list is what I do, and she picked read like 3 or 4 times, so I just read. I think it was actually more than that. Yeah, I think it was more than that, because I didn't have that much to do on my to-do list yesterday, and so I think I had like 6 or 7 things, and I don't cross off read, and so I was crossing off other stuff, but read stayed on there, and so I just kept reading. There was a lot of cricket. A lot. Like, there was one chapter that, like, because I annotate the PG Wodehouse books, and, you know, you can do notes on the Kindle app, but there was one chapter where my note was like, I have no idea what happened in this chapter, so that's gonna be super fun to talk about. But that's a quick little sum up. Super excited about Babel, can't wait to listen to more, and I'll check with you guys later. I guess this is my new vlogging spot. Okay, so many thoughts. I've listened to probably close to like 2.5 to 3 hours of Babel today because traffic was awful. I didn't read any more of Mike at Riken. I was very tired today. Like, I didn't really accomplish much of anything beyond what I needed to, so my bad. But in the like almost 3 hours that I've listened to Babel, a lot has happened. Like, holy crap. And I can't talk about any of it. I will say I almost started crying in the last chapter that I listened to, and I can't tell you why. This is hard. I just want to talk about this book. I almost cried while driving, which is very dangerous, because of 2 things. And one of them, I'm trying to do this without spoilers. One of them I saw coming, because I couldn't see how it could not happen. You know, this whole book is about the British Empire and colonialism, and it needed to hit closer to home, and it did. And so I I knew what was going to happen. I just didn't know how. And the way that it happened, like, as soon as the catalyst started happening, I was like gripping my steering wheel and I'm like, oh no, it's coming. It's going to be bad. And it was, because that led to the other thing that happened that I did not see coming. And it's quite frankly a little devastating. So, yeah, I saw someone in a Discord server that I'm in say that they weren't sure they were going to continue reading Babel after like 100 pages because it was really slow, and they were asking if it picked up, and yeah, it does. Like, it does start a little slow. It's a lot about linguistics and Robin's life, and that's important because it's setting up everything else, and it's setting up Robin realizing just how manipulated he was since before he was born. And that's hugely important to the story. So if anyone has a similar feeling after like 100 pages of like, I don't know if I want to keep reading this, it seems really slow, like, keep going. Like, it's teaching me things that I hadn't considered. It's helping me look at even our world today in a different way. Get to at least like the 30% mark before you decide if you're gonna stop reading, because I think a lot of people should read this. So I probably won't read more. I won't listen to more tomorrow. I have about like 5 hours left, and so again, hopefully I'll finish it next week. But tomorrow is going to pretty much be devoted to all the things I didn't do today. As well as reading Mike at Riken, because I need to finish that. Like, I just hit a slump this week, and it's so unfortunate because I wanted to accomplish so much with my reading. So I'm hoping that I can finish Mike at Riken tomorrow or Friday, because my dad and I push back when we're going to record the podcast. We're going to do it Saturday. Yeah, so that's the plan. So hopefully I will remember to record some B-roll for you guys to look at. So it's safe to say that I'm in a reading slump. You know, I read so much in February, and then I started the month with Suburban Dicks, which I absolutely hated, and I think that's really killing my desire to read. You know, obviously I'm almost done with Babel. I have like 23% or something left. So that's been good, because without Babel, I don't know if I would have been reading anything. And obviously, like, as much as I like PG Wodehouse, reading Mike at Riken, which is a book whose entire plot revolves around a sport I don't know about and I don't care about, is not helping the slump. I read 2 chapters yesterday of Mike at Riken, and then I spent the rest of the day editing the previous episode of the podcast, so it goes out tomorrow, which is Saturday. So it'll be out by the time that this vlog goes up. So go check it out. But also, yeah, I read 2 chapters. It was more cricket stuff. I don't know how entertaining the next podcast will be if I'm just complaining about cricket the entire time. My dad has reassured me that the next book is way less cricket. Okay, sorry, I had to move locations because the heat turned on and I was in the kitchen, and that's where it's loudest. And also, Chris was very confused about who I was talking to. So, because he texted me and he's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, if you ever hear me talking to myself, just assume that I'm vlogging. Like, what else would I be doing? But yeah, so I read 2 chapters of Mike. I'm going to finish it by tomorrow. Because I don't want to be reading it anymore. It's not that I hate it. It's just, I'm kind of over it. Like, it'll probably get like a 3-star, quite honestly. But I don't want to be reading anymore. Dad and I want to record the podcast before we go to New York, so that we don't have to worry about it. And so at the very latest, I'll finish it tomorrow morning so that we can record it in the afternoon, which is kind of what I did with hot water, but I enjoyed hot water way more. I do also have the books that I'm taking to New York picked out. I went ahead and just had Siri pick. So I'll be taking 9.5 Weeks and The Second Mango, both of which are from my March TBR, so hopefully I can knock those out. They're both fairly short, that's why I'm bringing 2. And if for some reason I do actually finish both books, I also have the ARC edition of Becoming Shameless that I got in January, and I really should have read by now, but so I'll pick that up and I'll read that on my phone. So I have options. I still have, 2 weeks of the month left. We'll see if I finish. I don't know if I'm gonna finish. I might have to take a punishment, which is, oh boy. It'll be my first one, and not looking forward to it. But also, I hope that by the time I get back, I will feel better, because I still, I really want to read Wolf Song. It's been something I've been wanting to read for about a year now, and I'm really bummed if it's on my TBR and I don't get to it. So maybe I'll just carry it over into next month, but hopefully I'll read it. So that's just a little update. I'm gonna make breakfast, and then I will listen to Babel on my way to work, and then on my way to Temple, and then on my way home. So I'll listen to a good chunk tonight. At least 3 hours, and I only have 5 hours left. I might finish it Sunday night. That'll be in next week's vlog, though, because I haven't said anything, but I'm ending this vlog tomorrow night and getting it edited and scheduled and everything to go up on Tuesday while I'm in New York, so that you still have a vlog and I don't have to worry about it. So Sunday will start my next week's vlog, which will be traveling predominantly, but also reading. And also very bookish, because I'm going to a lot of libraries and bookstores. So, but yeah, that's the plan. So I'll check with you guys later. Got that part out. So I listened to, I'm trying to think of when the last time I filmed a clip was. I think it was Thursday. So it's Saturday now. It's the last day of the vlog. Or maybe I filmed yesterday. I think I filmed yesterday morning. Okay. Either way, it's Saturday. And since my last vlog, I listened to 2 more hours of Babel. I was going to listen to 3 on my way home from Temple. Or I was going to listen to another hour on my way home from Temple, which would bring me to 3. But I left Temple a little annoyed because my winter coat, I don't want to say got stolen, because I think it was an accident. I think someone grabbed it thinking it was theirs and then just didn't notice, even though my rabbi made an announcement for people to make sure they had the right coat, because mine is missing. So my winter coat is gone, and I'm waiting to see if it will be found. Luckily, I didn't have anything in the pockets, really. I had a kippah and then gloves. And, they were just, regular gloves. They weren't special. The special thing was the coat. So, I was a little annoyed. I didn't want to listen to anything. So, 2 hours of Babel. Things have happened. I still can't talk about it. I say this every time. I'm like, the third act conflict has happened. And then I'm like, oh no, wait, it gets worse. So I definitely think that's going to happen this time. I think it's going to get worse. I don't know if it'll have a resolution, really. I'm trying to think of how this could possibly resolve well. I think it will resolve well. I think it will not resolve happily, which is sad, because I've grown really attached to the characters that are still around for various reasons. So that's that. I'm still enjoying it. So that's that. This morning, I finished Mike at Riken because Dad and I are going to record a podcast today. It was my least favorite of the Wodehouse books that I've read so far. Mainly because of the cricket. Like, so much of the plot revolved around cricket. And, like, I have no issue with sports stories. Like, I actually like sports stories. Mainly sports romance. But I don't mind it. As long as it is either explained well or I already know somewhat about it. Like, I can read a story about hockey, and though I don't watch hockey regularly or even really at all, like, I understand the basics of it. Like, you're on ice, you try to get the puck to the goal, and it's very difficult to do that because you're on ice. Like, I get that. Even baseball or football, like gymnastics, like, I understand enough of the sport to read about it. I don't understand cricket at all. And no one around me understands cricket at all. So it made it very hard to get into the story when there were whole chapters that were just describing cricket. But not even, like, cricket was being described as though the reader knew and played cricket. I don't do either of those things. No one around me does any of those things. I tried watching a clip of cricket, and I can picture the field now, but I still don't know what's happening. So that really impacted my enjoyment. I don't enjoy reading things where, like, for whole chapters, I'm like, I have no idea what is happening. If you take the cricket out, the book becomes much shorter, for one. And two, the plot's great. I liked the school part. I liked Mike trying to, like, figure out how he fits in this school with, his roommate and then his brother living in a separate dorm, I guess. And, buddy, what? We have been cuddling all morning while I've been reading this book, and that's apparently not enough for him. Anywho. But I liked that part. I understood that part. But it was all the cricket. So I ended up giving it a 3.5 because I still like Wodehouse's writing. I liked his characters. I liked the plot if it wasn't about cricket. It was just the cricket that really killed it. So yeah, so that's it. I don't know if I'll read more today just because I still have to, like, pack and stuff because I won't have any time tomorrow. So we'll see. I might start reading one of the, like, books I'm bringing with me to New York just to, like, get a head start on those because I really don't know how much I'll be reading while we're in New York. I really have no idea besides, like, the plane. But yeah, so that's sort of the plan. So I'm not gonna quite wrap the vlog up yet because we'll see if I read more. But I've been reassured that the next PG Wodehouse book that we're reading has way less cricket. So keep me in your prayers for that. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this vlog up. I did not read anymore. I forgot that the conference championships for NCAA gymnastics was today, so I spent pretty much all day recording podcasts, watching those, packing, and now I'm gonna edit. So don't really have time to read. I am really looking forward to New York, really looking forward to having sort of like a travel and reading vlog, which, like, again, I don't know how much I'm going to read, but at the very least, it's going to be like a travel and look at all these libraries / museums / bookstores vlog. And I hope that's just as acceptable. So thank you for coming along with me while I've continued being in a reading slump. Hopefully now that I'm through with Mike at Riken, hopefully it's over. I hope. Because, trust me, being in a reading slump is not comfortable for me. So, like the video, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week in New York. Bye.